Welcome back, strategy gamers. Let's bring you up to speed on the latest changes to Victoria 3. With the game now out a week, we actually got a dev diary. Awesomely, it was about the near-term plans for the game. They outlined 4 areas: warfare, historical immersion, diplomacy, and other. I'm going to cover the areas in this video. You can read the full notes, the link will be down in the description. Do let me know which you think is the most interesting or controversial down in the comments. Firstly, warfare, and they make it very clear Victoria 3 will not have a tactical warfare system. It will be this top-line strategic level, but they do recognise that improvements are required. With the changes coming hopefully soon, we'll see changes how generals function, such as improving unit selection for battles, the ability to set strategic objectives for your generals. We'll also have improvements around the military situation and the underlying numbers in battles, showing that to us. There'll be increased visibility for navies and making admirals easier to work with. And then on the theatre war front side, they're finding solutions for theatres splitting into multiple tiny fronts and experimenting with controlled front splitting for longer fronts. So the strategic objectives one for me is huge. Take this example, Bagrami is a separate combatant in this war, one of the war goals in fact, but the front ignores them and continues to push towards the Sokoto capital. And then when Sokoto fold, we end up in a war with Bagrami with no war score accrued against them yet. This isn't trying to be micro or tactical. This is still historical immersion of the warfare, similar to how you can create new fronts with naval invasions. On the historical immersion side, big changes here are around increased chances of the American Civil War happening and happening in a more realistic way, and events like the Meiji Restoration and Alaska Purchase happening more frequently by the AI. Reduce the chance of unifications happening decades before they're supposed to happen. Here is an example of an ahistorical outcome. There is 4 United States here in the 1870s. Mexico won a war with the United States getting Alabama and Texas. The Confederacy formed out of Mexico and then split into Peasant Revolt Texas and the Confederate States. And now America has now revolted and into 2 sides. So this is just an absolute mess that hopefully we will see less of going forward. They say about the Germany not happening too soon, or Italy. From an AI point of view, I don't see them happening particularly fast. From a player point of view, North German Federation in less than 10 years was absolutely possible. The Italy thing was too easy to do as well, basically around the customs union events, same with Canada. On the diplomacy side, there's no significant redesign planned here like warfare. They're happy broadly with how it works, but recognise that it could also be improved. Reverse swaying, the ability to offer to join a side in a play in exchange for something. More things to offer in diplo plays, like giving away land, as well as the ability to trade states. Foreign investment in some form of construction in other countries, at least if they are in your market. And lastly, improving and expanding the interactions with and from subjects, such as being able to grant or ask for autonomy in a diplomatic action. I think they're downplaying it. These seem like huge changes. Can't wait to see them in the game. Reverse swaying will be a huge addition. Also, the interaction with your subjects and being able to construct in other countries will be pretty big as well. You know, here Spain game, I've got multiple subjects. They're island states, the Philippines and Cuba that you start with. I conquered Madagascar. They have armies, they don't have navies, they won't deploy these overseas because they cannot. And lastly, the other changes. These cover changes like making it easier to get an overview of pops and the pop factors, so ironing out some kinks in the late game economy and the AI's ability to develop key resources like oil and rubber, making it interesting and competitive, but also more challenging to play in a more conservative or autocratic style, and experimenting with autonomous private sector construction. I think that one's a bit long-term dream. One of the first mechanics they're planning on tweaking is legitimacy, increasing its impact and making it so its share of votes in government matters far more, especially with more democratic law. And the future. There will be paid updates in the future, but not anytime soon as what they tell us. The focus right now is on the free updates, currently some bug fixes and tweaks like we've seen in the patches this week. This is their priority list though for the next set of patches. Comment down below on which you think is the biggest impact or if any of them upset you. Subscribe here to stay up to date on Victoria 3 content. Thanks for watching. I'm Garner, you've been awesome, and as always, happy gaming.